G'day and welcome to Cherry Chick Gaming. I'm MJ and welcome to the Beginner's Guide. This is a game made by the same creators as the Stanley Parable, I believe. I don't know if it's got the same quirkiness or not, but I'm hoping it does. If not, oh well. I'm gonna try to make these episodes around about 20 minutes. I checked how long to beat. It's around about an hour and a half, so I'm hoping to get 4 episodes out of this. Hopefully it's a game I can just stop and then just continue next time on Cherry Chick Gaming, because I can't upload an hour and a half long video because my internet's crap. So anyway, I'm going to begin the game. Apparently it's gamepad enabled, but I can't use it yet. I'm hoping I can use it in game. If not, bear with my loud clickiness of the keyboard. Some people apparently like that. I don't know. Preferably for me, I don't, but that's all right. Sorry about that. I just realized closed captions wasn't on. If I had a weird time skip there, but let's begin the game this time. Sorry about that. All right, here we go. Please make sure audio is on. WASD and mouse click is the control. So I'm going to be using the keyboard, I feel like.
Hi there. Thank you very much for playing The Beginner's Guide. My name is Davey Wreden. I wrote The Stanley Parable, and while that game tells a pretty absurd story, today I'm going to tell you about a series of events that happened between 2008 and 2011.
Alrighty.
We're going to look at the games made by a friend of mine named Coda.
Okay.
Now, these games mean a lot to me. I met Coda in early 2009 at a time when I was really struggling with some personal stuff, and his work pointed me in a very powerful direction. I found it to be a good reference point for the kinds of creative works that I wanted to make. So just to start you off, this is, I think, the first game he ever made. It's a level for Counter-Strike.
Cool.
You can walk around here, by the way.
Ooh.
And mostly it's just Coda learning the basics of building a 3D environment.
Just give me 1 second. I'm going to see if I can put the subtitles down below.
Aesthetic of a desert town.
Alright.
He then scatters these colorful abstract blobs and impossible floating crates around the level. Of course, it destroys the illusion that this actually is a desert town, and instead this level becomes a kind of calling card from its creator.
Okay.
It's like a reminder that this video game was constructed by a real person. And it kind of makes you wonder, what was going through his head as he was building this?
I wouldn't have a
This
clue.
is what I like about all of Coda's games.
Yep.
I mean, not that they're all fascinating as games, but that they are all going to give us access to their creator. I want us to see past the games themselves. I want to get to know who this human being really is.
That's
And
interesting.
That's exactly what we're going to do here.
Cool.
So, it's 2008. Coda starts making these games, and he never releases any of them. He doesn't put them onto the internet. He just makes them and then immediately abandons them, and they sit on his computer forever. And I think he really understood this image of himself as a recluse.
There's that floating box.
At one point, he jokingly renamed his computer's recycling bin to Important Games Folder. So, you know, this was just how he worked. He tended to crank them out one after the other without even really pausing to try to understand what he had just made.
Fair enough.
Until suddenly one day, he just stopped.
Yep.
In 2011, that was it. He made his last game, and then he hasn't made another one since.
Alrighty.
And that's why I've taken this opportunity to gather all of his work together, is because I find his games powerful and interesting, and I'd like this collection to reach him, to maybe encourage him to start creating again.
Fair enough.
And if the people like you who play this also happen to find his work interesting, then I'm sure it'll just send that much stronger of a message of encouragement to Coda. So thanks for joining me on this. If you have a particular interpretation that I haven't mentioned here, or if you just need to get in touch, you can email me at daveywreden@gmail.com.
That's very.
Okay, that's about it for introduction.
That's pretty cool introduction.
First proper game.
All right.
As each game is loading, I'll show you the date that it was completed.
Cool.
This first one was made in November 2008.
Cool. This is actually really nice, you know. Okay, this is kind of like Portal-esque. So yeah, I like how he also put his email there as well. That's very interesting, because like I feel this might be like a feel-good game. So I'm not gonna try to crack any jokes or anything like that. And yeah, I'm gonna try to take this very seriously. Because the way the narrator was talking, it seems like a very down-to-earth, raw experience in this game. So let's continue. It feels like very different to the Stanley Parable. Whoa, holy shit. Whisper machine. Cool.
This game is called Escape from Whisper.
Alright.
It's one of the more generic games you'll see from Coda.
I can't go that way. I can go down this way. Alrighty. Yeah, I feel like I'm glad that I'm using a mouse keyboard for this. Okay.
Security call breached. Hostile alien life form inbound.
Oh no. I can't go that way.
It kind of looks like this game was abandoned mid-development.
Okay.
For instance, you have this gun, which you'd think would indicate that there are supposed to be monsters or enemies somewhere.
Cool.
But then clearly there are no enemies anywhere. You
Alright.
can't even reload the gun when you run out of bullets.
Oh no, I can't
But
either.
ultimately, we don't really know. Maybe Coda thought that actually it was complete the way that it is.
Ah,
And I think that we should talk about his games for what they are, rather than for what they're not.
fair enough.
Enemy force neutralized.
Well, I feel like this game like aesthetically constructed very well. Like I like how I can't go through the glass and I actually see the bullet holes there. But yeah, that's pretty for a first game. This is pretty insane. Yeah, even
I love
that.
how you can see the bottom of the universe from this room.
That's cool. That's cool. I like that. I like that. Like even that is like amazing work as well. Like even the glass has like fragments on it. That's actually pretty cool. All right, can I go this way? Yes. Cool. And I like the little white LEDs. Feels very Portal-esque to me. The way that the rooms are lit up.
Apparently, this space station has a labyrinth on it.
Okay.
Sure, I don't know. There's really no reason for it that I've ever been able to discern, so in the interest of time, I'm just gonna skip you on past it.
All right. Cool. Whisper machine active.
Okay, this is the part that's interesting. The
Yep.
game has this narrative about the whisper machine and how it has to be turned off, and then you get to the engine room.
Yep. Ah, okay.
You there, in the engine room. You could save us all. That beam is powering the whisper machine. We can
Alright.
disrupt it by introducing a great enough heat signature. If your body could stop the beam.
Oh,
It's so
holy
much to
crap.
ask, but for all of our lives, would you do it? Could you give yourself?
that's interesting. That's just like this is kind of like trying to test you to see if you would give your life up or if you're selfish. Like not selfish, but like yeah, would you give up your body to save many lives? That's very interesting. I like that from Coda. That's a very interesting aspect.
This is not a branching point, unfortunately. The only option is to
Yeah.
step into the beam.
Yeah,
Let
I
me pause here for a second.
yep.
What you just experienced, stepping into the beam and then dying, is probably what Coda had initially intended when he was developing this level.
Oh, okay.
But when he first compiles and plays it, something goes wrong. There's a bug somewhere. And this is what happens instead.
All right. Okay. So the narrators edited these games as well, so that's pretty cool. Oh, we float up into space. That's cool. There's a labyrinth. No swastikas. That's
the beam
nice.
causes you to start floating.
Cool.
And this is an important moment for him. Because yes, this is technically a glitch,
But it's
but
almost
Coda
like you're raising.
identifies something human about it. Like how small it makes you feel in the face of this larger chaotic system. Or
Yeah.
this floating could be the afterlife, a peaceful place.
That's what I was thinking.
Juxtaposed against all of the hysteria that you've just had to traverse. I don't even know. I have no idea what he was thinking, but what's clear is that after making this, something lodges itself in his brain.
Yeah.
He wants to do more of these really weird and experimental designs.
Cool.
So he stops work on this and moves on to a stream of tiny little games that go in all sorts of directions.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and take a look at the first game he made after leaving this one behind.
Cool. I like this. I like how I'm playing mini games. Still in November 2008. This is a brick. You know what this reminds me of? Remember the maze wallpaper you used to have on Windows 95? Man, not wallpaper, screensaver. That was great. The past was behind her. Cool. But I can't move. I can duck.
So try walking backwards.
Ah,
Yep. In this game, you can only walk backwards.
that's neat. I like that. This is going to be confusing as for me. Bear with me, everybody. past was behind her. Hopefully no jump scares. Is that there's a light. It's very weird how they like view the world differently when your normal way of doing things is changed like suddenly. Like now that we're walking backward, we're seeing things go past us in a new
So
way.
it's a short and relatively minimalist
But the future cannot be
experiment
seen.
combining motion and narrative.
Cool.
It is less advanced than the previous game, but actually it seems to be more focused.
Keep changing.
More complete.
Why?
Coda's trying to give it a unique
Does the
voice
future?
rather than
Why does the
simply
future
basing
keep
it on a
changing?
pre-existing trope.
Cool. And then this path's now open to me. When she stops and looks, it becomes clearer. Yeah, because I'm going backwards, I can't actually see where I'm supposed to be going, so I have to stop and have a look. So when you stop and have a look, the future now becomes clearer. Your goal becomes clearer. That's very I like this style. And then I can look up as well. Go up these stairs. But the future is always behind her. How will she find the strength to confront it?
It's a short little thought, it says what it wants to say, and then it ends. Didn't need anything more than that.
I like
Which
that.
to me is why it works, because it gets out quick. Okay, next one.
Another November 2008. Alright. So, I can crouch, I can move forward. But I only can see in a radius. And can I move backwards? Is there a wall? Yes, there is a wall. Cool. You are now entering. Please don't be jump scares.
And that's it.
Cool.
Okay, the meaning of this game won't be clear just yet. Please be patient with me for a few more games, and I promise you'll see what makes it interesting.
Nice. Oh man, this is actually
Oftentimes, Coda would put bizarre titles like
Yeah.
this one at the start of his games.
alright. I like the 3D models that he
I wish
has.
I'd known him at the time that he was making these early games. He would really only talk to me about his work as he was making it. Once he stopped work on a game, like, that was it. It was dead to him. And I don't agree with that at all, but what are you gonna do?
Fair enough. This Kernighan seems very interesting. And I like his style. I like how it's very not just basic, but like it actually has a goal. And I'm slowing. The more I get up the stairs,
Once you've been slowed to an absolute crawl, the door at the top of the stairs opens.
oh,
So why, if Coda's not showing these games to anyone, why bother opening the door at all? Well, to show you, I'm modifying the game here so that when you press enter, it'll bring you back up to full speed so you can enter the door for yourself.
okay. You shop inside, your body is telling you strategically before you die. You start in a small room, you realize to walk through the walls. You're a gate. A series of ish manuals come in the game on how to play. A button.
room that's warm and nice
Yeah.
and filled with little ideas for games.
Cool. You are the queen dusting your jewelry while the kingdom is
Coda would
destroyed.
often tell me that he didn't mind if people thought of him as cold or distant. He said that he knew that he was actually a vibrant and compassionate person, but that it takes time to really see that.
You are a gate.
It can be a very slow climb to get there.
I feel like these games by Coda are about him and what he's feeling, and you know what I mean. January 2009. Ready, set, fish. Okay, now I'm in a small room again. Very similar style to the Portal-esque one. Alright. Bruh. Nice wooden stairs. I like the models he uses as well. Even though they're the basic like Half-Life type stuff, it's very interesting to me. And I like the lights. Okay, here's a door.
Well, this is new for Coda. It's an actual puzzle.
Cool.
Go ahead and see if you can solve it.
Alright. The darkness is pretty So what happens when I reckon I need to race it. How about that? Alright, let's just do this. This is going to get dark, and I do not like confined darkness. Now I can't get out. But I can traverse the darkness? No. But there is a leather on the other side.
Don't forget that solution, because we're going to see this puzzle again soon.
Alright.
You're going to see it a lot.
Okay. I like the music. I don't know if this was Coda or the creator of this game, but we'll see. Alright. I can't push the door closed.
So that seems to be it, right? You walk down a corridor, you solve the puzzle.
The door closed behind me.
Simple enough. Alright, now I'm going to modify the game again, so that when you press enter, it'll remove all of the walls from this room.
Okay. Whoa. We didn't go down there. Holy crap. There's all these extra rooms.
How about that? There was more to it than we had any way of knowing. I actually find it funny that this game comes after the Stairs game, since they essentially convey the opposite idea.
Yeah.
So, in the Stairs game, a dull exterior concealed a rich interior. And then, in this level, a dull interior hides this fantastic outer world.
Yeah.
Either way, I think that the point is the same. Is that most of the time, you don't get to know what you're missing. Or even that you're missing anything. That's not your role as a player.
Fair enough.
So if your role here is not to understand, then what is it?
To play the game that he wanted you to believe. Anyway, I'm going to leave it there. Chapter 6, exiting January 2009. I'm going to leave it there for this episode. That was a bit shorter than 20 minutes, but I feel like this game is going to go very quick. And I can't upload, as I said at the beginning of the thing, a nice 1.5-hour footage. So, if you like this episode, give me a like. Comment if you want to say good day, and subscribe if you want to see more of my content. And as always, thank you, lads and lasses, for watching. That's a very Joker-esque, man, right there. Turn back time. I can't even do the Joker voice, but whatever. Hashtag cringe. Sorry, I'm actually pretty awake today. If I'm talking very quickly, I apologize. But yeah, alright.